You see my screen?
Yeah, we're seeing it all along there.
Okay, cool.
No, I think we are. Yes, so hello, good afternoon to our viewing and listening audience, those persons who have subscribed and are patiently waiting on us for our 5 o'clock weather update today on Whispering Hope. We're happy to have you following us regularly, and we're so glad that you can tune in to be informed, even though there's nothing exciting or interesting out there for you to be worried about in the weather. So once again, and we welcome you this afternoon as we have the forecaster, meteorologist to be correct, Mr. Lenard Josiah, to bring the weather update for us this afternoon. Josiah, welcome this afternoon again. Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon to you, man. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to our listening and viewing public. Definitely, we are here one more time to keep you abreast as to what's actually taking place in the tropics. The only thing that's really out in the tropics is this area called Tropical Storm Isaias has since moved on on land on the continent. And by the way, let me just ensure that I'm just sharing the screen right now, and so that individuals can see where it's at. So here is Tropical Storm Isaiah has moved on the continent of the United States, moving towards the north-northeast, is expected to continue to gradually weaken. There is a small area of disturbed weather just to the southwest of Bermuda. The National Hurricane Center has decreased its potential for formation. Now it's only having a 20% chance, if at all. It has not done anything significant, so we are not anticipating anything out of it. But apart from that, look right out towards Africa. Nothing at all is on the radar. So everything is rather quiet for this time. Our satellite photograph right now on the outside, this is a bird's eye view as what's taking place this afternoon as we speak. Only some patches of low-level clouds that are dotted here or there, moving towards the island chain on the easterly flow. Some patches of high-level clouds here, but by and large, we are not looking at any significant rain event at all. And if I was supposed to take you right out to the coast of Africa, right there, you're seeing Antigua and Barbuda right in this general location right here. I will annotate it right now so you could see it. Antigua and Barbuda, we are located right here, right in that general location. And we have one tropical wave right inside here. Another tropical wave has moved off the coast of Africa, none of which the National Hurricane Center is suggesting that will develop into anything major, even though this one behind there, just moving off the coast of Africa, has a considerable amount of clouds with it and some convection. But in the terms of convective activity for development, the models are not suggesting anything major. So for us in the immediate, right out here in the Atlantic Ocean east of the island chain, and I'm going to just bring it back up closer so that you can see, right now we are not seeing anything of significance at all. And because of that, we will sit generally nicely, So we are generally good for right now. And remember that we are entering into the peak of the hurricane season. And as such, we certainly would want for you to keep in touch with us and to follow us as we bring you the weather updates in the afternoon. My brother?
Tropical storm Isaiah started quite quietly in the Atlantic and moved across the islands harmlessly, but has moved surprisingly all the way up the coast and is threatening to go into the New York area. I observed that it has moved unassumingly that area.
Yes, well, yes, it's really not doing too much in the way of anything significant for them. As you can see, all the clouds up here associated with it is just move on. It has passed New York right now, moving on up. I think my screen is still sharing. Am I still sharing, right?
Yes,
Yeah?
it is. Yes, it is.
Right. So you will see that it's really moving on up there, and it has a lot of clouds. just passing New York right now before it moves on out. So considerable amount of clouds. The area of disturbed weather that I spoke about just south of Bermuda, this particular area right in here. Yeah, there is not much to talk about in the context of tropical cyclone formation, but you're so correct. Tropical storm Isaias was the one that was going to be passing over us during last week, and strange enough is a tropical storm impacting the eastern seaboard as we speak right now. So it continues to weaken and it will continue to dissipate, but it's more of a rainmaker right now. But for us in the Atlantic Ocean and for us here in the Eastern Caribbean, we are seeing right now that there's nothing much to talk about in the context of tropical cyclone formation.
Even except that the painting of nature has significantly changed. There's so much vegetation, the painting of nature significantly changed because of the rain that passed, you know, and like right. Even the garden is looking much different. Everything is blooming. The water from the pipe could not get it activated, growing life, but now it has moved on. And so we can take a good week this week with some nice sun, some nice breeze, and we'll wait. We're not too eager to get storms and disturbances in the Atlantic.
No, for right now we're on the down low, so let's keep it like that. But residents of Antigua and Barbuda, those of you who are listening, certainly would want to keep abreast as to the changes. Remember and recall that we are just about entering the growing peak. When I say growing peak, August is not necessarily the peak. September is the peak, so we're heading towards that time. So we're looking for some activities to spawn out of the tropical Atlantic Ocean east of us during the course of the month of August. So residents of Antigua and Barbuda, the rest of the Leeward Islands and islands even further towards the west, should be on your P's and Q's, watching and monitoring the weather conditions and ensuring that you are prepared for any eventualities.
What I would say is to all the persons who are viewing this is to keep prepared. This is the word. You cannot wait until the last minute when they're saying that something is in the Atlantic to go. And
you're so correct. And you're so correct. And just switching right back down to the island chain, you could see that the Atlantic Ocean, as I just mentioned, rather quiet. Tropical waves dotted here, tropical waves dotted here, and these tropical waves, they can get life like that. So the models are not necessarily at this time hinging on any tropical cyclone formation, and that's certainly good news. Let's keep it like that. But we are going to keep on monitoring, even though the models are not suggesting any formation. We are going to be certainly keep on monitoring for any eventualities that might want to come out of these tropical waves, and it'll certainly bring you the news and updates as they come to hand.
Mr. Josiah, we just want to thank you again this afternoon for coming and in this sacrifice to be on whispering hope and giving better update. And we know that you'll be there when it really matters. Again, have a great evening. God bless. The vacation comes to an end today. It's you don't get vacation like that unless you take a vacation, because you may be called out. You're essential worker. So
yes, I know. Yes,
you got to do your usual shift. And like us, who have the luxury of getting a day off here and a day.
I know. It's what it is. It's what it is. National duty, isn't it? National duty. So happy to be here this afternoon with you guys.
Yeah, man. So take care, man. God bless you.
Sure, man. And God bless also. Okay, right.